everyone, my name is Drew and you're watching the Do the Theme Park Dude. I'm doing Is It Safe to Go to Theme Parks in 2020? So yes, this will be my complete thoughts on when I visited Universal. By the time you guys are watching this, I might have been again to the haunted houses. I do not know, depending, because I am recording these on one same day, like a lot of these Universal videos, just because I will not be able to record for a couple more days. So yeah, I'm just trying to get these much videos recorded as possible. Yes, but is it safe to go to theme parks in 2020? I'll be answering that question and many more. So yeah, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and comment whatever you guys want me to do next. And make sure to check out my social links in the description because we're going to be hosting many events and giveaways and more on them. So it will be really cool and you will not want to miss out. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Is it safe to go to theme parks in 2020? So all the images real quick you're about to see are images that I took from theme parks. I did not steal these off the web, so yes. I did take these actually currently on my last visit to Universal. So, first things first, social distancing. Social distancing was heavily enforced at this park. I did notice that workers were constantly reminding some guests to stay back from certain other guests. They were only having one member from each party go inside the locker area to get their locker because the lockers were not built for social distancing, so that means there's only one person per party, which means it's a lot less, and they also are making and monitoring the lines to monitor how many people are going into the lockers at one time. Same thing with shops, they're monitoring how many people go in, like the Tribute Store and more. Virtual queuing. There was no virtual queue when I went there except for Jimmy Fallon, but it doesn't really need it because I went on a day where the haunted houses were closed and Hagrid's did not have a virtual queue because it was only like a 45-minute wait. So remember, keep in mind that I'm basing this video off of Tuesday the 23rd from basically the entire day from both parks. So yeah, when you walk in, you get a temperature check. They put it up to your head, you get a little temperature check. You keep walking, you then go through security. This took a little bit because they only allow a certain amount of guests. So if you guys hear a little bit in the background, I have other stuff going on. But yeah, it was really cool to see how they were enforcing it, and a lot of workers were constantly walking up to guests reminding them to put the masks on. I will say, if you have trouble breathing, I would not recommend doing Rip Ride Rockit, Doctor Doom, Hulk, or any of those other coasters because they just really push the mask up to your face and it just is not a good feeling because you can hardly breathe. But besides that, the other rides I had no problem with, like Mummy, since it's indoors. But the outdoor rides, the air pushes against the mask. And if you're wearing a thick mask, you might not want to do that. You want to wear the thinner mask. But yeah, we're going to be going into more topics, more in depth, up next. So we'll see you guys over there. So yes, just with masks and social distancing and temperature checks just as the beginning, there is so much more that I would just like to say. Because to be honest, to answer this question, is it safe to go to theme parks? It depends on your family, because, it depends if you are living around a lot of elderly people, or if you're living around people that are more liable, then that can be made to decision. This is to fit my family, which I won't go into detail since, I would not want to keep it, I don't want to make it too personal, but I'm just saying maybe you guys can tell by how I'm talking is who I'm around and, how my family is. So, this was my first time going to the park since shutdown, and at the end of the day, I did feel super safe with all those protocols I mentioned earlier. How it will change theme parks, which is kind of going a little bit off topic, but character interactions. Huge difference. I saw hashtag the panda waving outside one of the windows in the building. I noticed the purple bus driver was actually inside the bus, waving outside near Hogsmeade. Homer and Bart Simpson were in their little van. SpongeBob characters were on the parade float for the Despicable Me characters. I think you guys are seeing a couple images throughout this video of the characters as well. There was just so many characters, like the Scooby-Doo people out. They literally had so many characters out and about, but they were always up high and far back. They were never up close. I saw the superhero characters. I did notice Hello Kitty as I was entering up on this weird building thing. I did not know that was kind of weird, but it's really they had these little stages. It was just really cool. We just talked about character interactions, masks, and social distancing. I'll be talking more towards shows and rides. So yes, this show right here was the Bourne Stuntacular. As you guys can see, they were locating every 3. This was at the end though when everybody was leaving. So basically, what it is, or I think it was the entrance actually, when everybody was entering the theater. So what it is every other row, and then in between each party there are 3 seats open. So yes, that was, depending on, if you feel comfortable with that, There's 3 seats in between each party in every other row, so no one's directly behind you, no one's directly in front of you. So it also leaves for a great view of the show. I will be giving a full review video off this show later, but like I said, I don't want to get too much detail. But yeah, next up we're going to talk about is rides and attractions. These rides, they do require masks, which, as I said earlier, for some roller coasters it is really hard to breathe, which was one thing that, I did notice a lot of people taking their masks off. I did not, because I personally wanted to follow their protocol. I left my mask on for every ride in the whole day. There are rest areas where you're allowed to take your mask off, as well as you're eating or drinking in a stationary position. So yes, that was really neat to see. Enforcement. I was really not expecting, from what I've heard, that they don't really like that. I know the team members do an incredible job, but I was just seeing if, if the mask was not over your nose, and they were going on people. There was a guy in Hagrid's that would not wear his mask, and they kept telling him, and finally when he did it, it was very, good to see. So, yes, our final topic today of this short little video will be attractions. So, socially distanced queues, which means shorter wait times but longer looking. So, Hagrid's was out of Hogsmeade, and I only waited 35 minutes for the ride, around 40-ish actually. And, it was literally using up the entire queue. The pre-show was not happening. The only pre-show I didn't notice was in the Bourne Spectacular. The other rides pre-shows, I believe, do not exist, such as Gringotts and but I did not get to do the other rides that really have a pre-show, so maybe, I don't know. Comment down below if you guys know. But Hagrid's, they just turned it into more of a queue, kind of, and they just had, more down and backs inside the pre-show room, while they did have a little screen running that had, a couple wizarding things happening. So, yeah, that was really neat. But, yeah, roller coasters and attractions. Roller coasters, they will not use single riders. So if you have a party of 3 or a party of 5 and you're afraid if somebody goes by themselves, they have to sit next to somebody, they're not doing that. But you do have to keep in mind that even though it's only one party per row / whatever, there will be people behind you or in front of you in attractions. So, depending on, if you feel comfortable or not. I did notice for Escape from Gringotts, me and who I was with, we were the only people in our row and probably in the entire ride vehicle. Same thing with Spider-Man. We were the only people in our entire ride vehicle, and that line was an hour wait. So I guess some rides they do it, some rides they don't. King Kong had plexiglass, so I felt 100% comfortable because nothing was getting through that plexiglass. And, yeah, they make you do hand sanitizer before you get on every ride. And hand sanitizer throughout the day is heavily required and enforced. They will make sure if anybody coughs or sneezes that, you're not going to get kicked out for sneezing. Don't think that. But, they are definitely going to be on the lookout for some symptoms showing. So just, if you have a cold and it's not COVID, you might not want to, go that day. Just saying, because if there's a chance, you do not want to get kicked out of Universal. Just going to say that. The craziest areas were the Harry Potter Hogsmeade, because that's where Hagrid's is and all that. That was the only area where maybe somebody came in 5.5 feet closer than 6 feet, as well as the little lockers. But besides that, everybody was far away enough, and I felt safe. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is really up to you and your decision. I cannot really make a decision for you guys. This is just my experience. So is it safe to go to theme parks in 2020? My personal opinion is yes. But I will not say in general. I'm more of saying Universal here because I did not experience the other theme parks yet, so I do not know. I will make a video more specific off Disney. I just want to make a more of a broad video right now. But yes, I felt 100% safe at Universal, and I do believe that if you can wear a mask, and if you can't wear a mask because you have a doctor's or whatever, then you can go get a face shield or whatever, but you have to bring your own. But I'm just saying, put on your mask. It has nothing to do with anything else. It literally saves lives, so I know it's kind of annoying, but if we all wear it, then we don't have to keep it on as much. But yes, is it safe to go to theme parks? I know I said this 100 times. My personal opinion is yes. So yes, I'm going to end the video off right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the images and more. If you guys want to use the images, feel free to just give me credit. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day, everyone. See ya. Bye.